Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello there. Good to hear you.
I have no clue what we're doing.
Well, I will cover that in just a moment. I'm posting out that link.
Okay, I have no clue. Meow.
Okay, that's linked. So, you can see it, yes? So, you can see it, yes? So, I'm just testing the sound level. So, just
I
testing the
see
sound
little
level.
bouncing balls of slime. Are we playing how to become a slime? I see little bouncing balls of slime.
Yep, we kind of are. Right, that's all good to go then. So, we are playing Monster Sanctuary again. However, we will not be continuing from where I left off last time, because instead we had a reach out from the nice community manager of let me check the devs. Morai Games. The community manager reached out and said if we wanted to, we could show off New Game Plus. And so that is what we will be doing. So you see here, once you've completed the game, New Game will change into New Game Plus like this, and you can start either a completely brand new game or New Game Plus.
And chase little slime.
Yeah, as we see here, we get to use an existing save game to start a new game. We keep all our monsters, equipment, and some of the items. However, all monsters are reset to level 1. Makes it fair, doesn't it? Otherwise you'd just be level 40 running around to that max level everywhere. Equipments are reset to base, so no overpowered equipment to help you steamroll the early game. The Explorer abilities can't be used until it's been accounted naturally in the playthrough, so no skipping areas by being able to swim as immediately as soon as you can reach the sea. Now here's something which I wasn't aware of before this. The inactive monsters in our group will level up until they reach the point they were at originally from the last save. So I don't have to re-level all of them from level 1 again. As I level my core group up, all the inactive ones will level up. I'm not sure if it's exactly 1-to-1 ratio or if maybe it'll be a bit slow or whatever, but they'll level up alongside until they get to level 20, 30 or wherever I happen to stop them. And of course, you don't have to use the same save slot, so you can keep your old save with you at the end game and all that stuff, and then have this new one running along. And as noted at the bottom there, any items which aren't transferred get turned into gold for a little bonus. So we are going to pick my end game save over here, where you can see I have a team full of level 40s plus a bunch of others. We'll then have a different save slot. We're going to overwrite our old save from last time. We'll use the same name. And as we can see here, there's something else that's new, is choosing the difficulty. So there's casual. I gave each of these a bit of a try on my actual save. We've got casual, slightly reduced difficulty, but not a huge amount. It still poses a challenge. There's normal, which is of course what the game has been playing in all this time for everyone, and master, which has everyone a bit more powerful. And we'll delve into that maybe a bit, but for now,
We're gonna delve into master. Right into master.
you want right into master. Okay then, we'll delve right into master. Now, I've not actually started New Game Plus, but to my understanding, some of the tutorial area will be, I won't say different, but some of the text and pop-ups and stuff will be missing. Like, we probably won't have the tutorial that says, hey, go get a slime egg, because we'll already have a slime egg. So all of this, very much like the last time, hey, monster keepers train monsters and have them live alongside them, and all of that lovely stuff. We have the familiars. Oh, we're actually getting to choose again. Do I take another spectral wolf? Or do I add one of the other three? I was not aware this could happen.
You can pick one of the other three because you already have a wolf.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we will take the toad. Yeah, the toad. Ribbit.
Toads go meow, not ribbit.
What was that?
Toads go meow.
Meow meow. Yes. That's the sound they make. Says may have been noted in that screen there. The wolf got traded with the guy who had the toad last time. And let's see if the toad is going to be as arrogant as the wolf. Name the familiar. Now, this is one of the issues that's going to be with this playthrough. Because it's going to be using a lot of monsters I already had, they just have the basic names. So it's like, do we keep Toad as Toad so he fits in, or do we give him a name so he stands out? Because we could go and call him Magic. And I think that's a good enough idea to me.
We're gonna name him Peter.
Why Peter?
I don't know.
That's actually an idea.
Why not? Are you against Peter?
No, please.
No, name him Magic.
He's going to be called Peter Magic. How's that?
Perfect. Hello, Mr. Hi. Why are we all hanging out in here?
Yeah, he's just as arrogant.
His name shall be Rupert.
He's already been named.
Rupert Jr.
So he's just saying, hey. Oh, he is turning to go after some blobs.
Ha! You were all cocky. You wouldn't have to go after slime.
Okay, well, first things first, though. We have a team to set up. Where's Toad? There's Toad. Of course we're going to take Toad along with us. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of monsters I have we can pick from. Should we take the wolf along with us too?
Sure. I just got attacked.
By a dachshund?
Yes.
He missed you.
Capture monsters too. Are you gonna monsters too. Oh, yes, you are.
To those who are keenly aware, or like we watched last time, may notice the wolf is a different colour. That will crop up later in the story.
Your wolf is pink. His name?
It's grey.
It's pink.
Right, so now we have the decision of what other 4 monsters do we want in the party. We have a lot to pick from.
Rupert.
None of them are named like that.
Well, then that's a personal problem.
It is indeed. Now the thing being, I don't quite remember how all of these play. But I think you would quite appreciate a Minotaur being in the group, wouldn't you?
For tartar sauce? Yes.
Yep, that's what I figured. What else do we have an option for?
I would like more tartar sauce, please. I need it to defeat the Minotaur.
Oh, do I have 2 Goblin Warlocks?
What about Rupert?
I have 2 Goblin Warlocks. I didn't know that. That is one thing I do wish they would maybe add, is an ability to sort this reserve.
No.
Oh, actually, we've got the Setsuni and Archlich up there already. Do we want to keep the Mimic as well?
The Mimic?
Yeah, keep a Mimic, shall we?
Why is there a Bob?
A what?
Or did that say Blob?
There's a Blob.
I read it as...
And thank you, Sneaky. Yeah, I'd forgotten about there being a name changer. So yeah, we can change the names later on if we feel like it. Hey,
We
Mom.
will be... Or did that say Blob?
The spectral toad didn't take its name.
Aw.
Yeah, no. We do get to take all of our monsters. I didn't get every single monster in the game beforehand. I did try and get a few of the others I was missing in preparation for this, but I'm missing quite a lot of the champions, which I wasn't able to 5-star last time. Anyway, yeah, I think this team will be good enough for now. For those who have always played, you'll notice that along the top we don't have the icon for the jump boots or things like that. And we should not... Yeah, look, we're not even allowed to take them out if we can't use their ability yet. So what is it? We've got tackle and claws. That's all we can use at the moment. Hello, blobs. So of course this is different from... Well, it's not different. It's still just blobs. But there's 3 of them instead of just 1 because we've got a full team now. I have never used the toad, so...
We're gonna eat the toad.
Yeah. He doesn't have much that can really work on the blobs. The wolf does, so that's good. Oh, Minotaur, you are not good for building up combos, are you?
No.
It's fine though. We will maybe succeed, or maybe master difficulty will kick my butt because I am not that brilliant at this game. Oh, that's like we didn't check equipment because we get to bring that over too.
Well, why wouldn't you check it?
Because I forgot. This is actually better for building the combo.
There you go. It's a big tanky healer with some poison synergy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I also thought was like, yeah, it'd be a good idea to bring Frog along.
I thought you brought it along because I told you not to take the wolf.
Well, there's also that.
Okay.
Uh,
Just thought. Sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good. They're both good reasons, really, aren't they?
Perhaps.
This Minotaur is not. Actually, should I be using him last? Because he does do just one big hit.
You probably should be using him last.
And the fact that we forgot to equip our gears not helped us in this battle.
Yeah, shame on you.
Yeah, that's something I completely forgot about.
Shame on you.
But hey, 2 of them down, 1 to go.
You're also poisoned and or whatever that symbol means.
So we have armor break and chill. Armor break obviously means we take more damage, and chill slows the mana regen of our characters, which, as we see here, has affected the wolf. He can't even use any of his actual attacks, so we just have to use the basic. Oh look, it's even affected the Minotaur. He can't either. That's
Nice.
a real problem.
Oh.
Okay, good. They can all use abilities for this turn. One more attack will do it.
Woof. More woofs. Woof everyone.
Woofs for all. Oh, look at that 1 star. Yeah. That went terribly. Right, okay, so let's... I didn't have any eggs to begin with. Consumables, so we get the skill resetter, clear stone, shift stone, switch stone. Oh, we can just go straight into shifting people. Skill potions, always nice to have. Let's give that to the Toad, actually, and the Minotaur. Monster bells and level badges. So we don't get to bring along level badge 40s. And there's another item I can't think of which also removed. Food? Oh, they took all of my food. So
Yay!
that's fun. All my combat consumables are gone.
We're going to starve.
Crafting materials, obviously they're gone. Otherwise, like, there's no point resetting gear to level 1 if you keep all the crafting materials that you just boost them back up to max rank immediately. Oh, they let us keep the catalysts though, so that's nice. That's like evolution stones in Pokemon, because none of the monsters naturally evolve, but a handful of them can evolve into others, and that is not all of the gear I had. So unless, of course, yeah. So we get to keep some gear, but not all. Okay. Remove everything from everyone. So Toad. Actually, we should start with skill points so we have an idea of what we're doing with each. What do you... Poison glands. Oh, here's 40% chance to poison attackers. That's not a bad thing. But we're going to grab the heal for him. Oh, protector. Toxin. Taunt. Oh, yeah. I'm quite liking this spectral toad. The wolf. Let's give him the flame just so we have options. Minotaur. Freezing punch. Stone rain. Barrier. We do have an option. We have water option. Barrier might not be a bad idea. The Archleech. Get him the Ice Bolt just so he has options. Tatsuni. We want... we want this so we can get Cleansing Flame, which will allow us to strip buffs from opponents later on if need be. I do like getting Leaf Slash on the Mimic. Or this is bonus health and bonus stats from health and the gold. It's just nice options. Right, that's the skill point set, so let's equip them. So Toad, you probably going to want something which has an even spread of stuff. The hammer might not be a bad idea. Get some defense, attack, magic, crit chance, mana regen. Then, yeah, that'll boost your life. Do something that'll boost defense. Medallion. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, we don't really want the medallion because of the crit damage. We're probably better on someone else. Oh, but this though, the totem, start with a shield. Yes, please. Sustain ring for mana, yep. Wolfie, you shall have the moon sword, as you're kind of our biggest hitter at the moment, really. Actually, no. Wait, might as well. Do we have something that's just big? Yeah, the Morning Star is big on physical attack. Anything else bigger? No. Just want to boost your physical up as much as possible. Oh. Yeah, sure, you can have the Grey Pearl. Poison Dart. I think it's just 10. Was there a 12 maybe? No. So. Anything which also has. You know what, the medallion actually. It needs some mana regen. What's big on magic? The staff? The wand might probably be better. We don't need the Archlich having critical chance. To my understanding anyway. Oh, debuff's more effective, yeah, sure, we'll take that. Wizard hat. You're a wizard, large leech. Come on, scroll, yeah. Sooner you take the large shield because you have absolutely abysmal defense. Yeah, the needle gives a bit of everything. Bracer gives some health. Oh, dodging from the NA pipe. This is just a very basic. We want to grab as much crit chance as we can, really. More crit chart. A box with a cape. Because that makes sense. There we go. That should help us not struggle so much, hopefully.
And the box with a katana makes more sense? Okay.
Well, you know, no, it doesn't. So we now have the hill down there. Oh, we can bubble the little baggy one. The magma pillar or whatever it's called. Almost finish it off actually right now.
It has a magma-like body.
Yep.
And it looks like a pillar.
Yep.
It eats people.
And quit being jealous.
That didn't get us quite. Oh, no, yeah. There we go. The hell finished off the magma pillar. And look at them. They're attacking the one with a shield. Worked perfectly.
So they're being smart. Good.
That's kind of actually dumb on their part because they should just attack one of the other weaker characters. But hey. Oh, one shot crit from the Minotaur there.
They clearly didn't bring tartar sauce.
Look at the difference putting equipment on made. 5-star.
They didn't bring tartar sauce.
No, they did not. Oh, I'm so used to having double jump. So, we still have the Keeper Trail, beginning of Man, Beast, and Sanctuary. What do we have here? One of these. So let's give a little bubble bath to the caterpillar. And then freeze it.
For someone who said he couldn't do the hard mode, you're doing pretty good at hard mode.
Well, this is the very start still. We'll see how it actually happens once we get to the first champion monster. That's where the real challenge starts. Oh no, they webbed me. Have a bubble bath.
Why are we doing these bubble baths? Out of curiosity.
Because he blows bubbles on them.
But not everyone likes bubble baths.
This is part of the deal package they agreed to when they came to this area.
Well, why did you agree to it?
I didn't.
But you just said when you come to this area, you do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, does it? If this crits... I didn't crit. Oh no, it was smart. It attacked the one weak to Earth.
Meow. It attacked the meower?
Yeah, it attacked the woofer.
Oh. So it attacked... But wolves don't woof.
What do they do?
Bah.
Bah. Right, okay. So they attack the bar. Right.
Bar?
As we can see here, all of these sub-monsters have leveled up with us. So they're all level 2 now.
Congratulations.
Let's go give taunt to the frog.
Taunt?
Yep.
Why would taunt?
Because it's tanky.
But it's also healy.
Yeah, it's a very mixed toad.
Does it turn into a very beautiful and wonderful paladin?
No.
Well, then that's a failure.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No, it's still actually very good.
Yeah, there's also a protector aura, which just reduces all the damage we receive by 7.5, which is nice. This toad starts off with quite a nice spread of stuff, honestly. The only downside being it doesn't have anything that's really able to hit these starter monsters hard.
Why not?
Because unfortunately it's earth, water, and neutral damage is all it really has access to, and that's kind of what this area deals in.
I see.
Yeah. Right, the wolf, we shall...
I see.
Well, we don't really want to do that because it doesn't have the regen to support level 2. We'll go high mastery.
That's a problem when you pick 2 starters.
Well, it's the case for all monsters at this level. Like the Minotaur also barely has enough mana regen to sustain its attacks. But we all get its Stonehill, which will open us up. Ooh, it also has a protector aura, so that stacks.
Yeah.
We will grab poison, initial poison. New cleansing flame. The mimic.
The mimic is a box.
It is.
You lick the box.
Critical hits apply bleed.
And to make sure it's a mimic, you ask it, tell me why.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Yep, tell me why.
And you just fill that little area in.
Because it can't read the question.
Look, we got some equipment we already had.
Wonderful.
What was that?
Double equipment. That's all the equipment.
I don't actually really tend to sell equipment much, and I probably should, because I mean, if we just look at the weapons, like we have 5 of those. I don't think we need 5 of them. We can't use flying yet, can we?
You have a limited inventory storage?
No. We actually don't.
Well, then I guess that's your choice.
It is. Here we go. We beat you up, and then we can go flying.
So how's this hard mode going for you?
What was that?
Tell me about it. What makes hard mode different?
Well, it's meant to have increased.
What
stats.
makes hard?
We go over here quickly. Where is it?
We're gonna go over here quickly with our magical fog
So-
around it.
So, Master Diff on Master, wild monsters have more health, do more damage, and have additional skills. Keeper encounters, the enemy monster equipment is upgraded by 1 level. That's their brief overview of what it changes, because telling exactly what every single point changes would be a massive list.
I could read it. At the list.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that they didn't even put it into a list, because it'd be like, oh, this monster has this bonus stats in this area, and this bonus stats in this area, and it's... There's also a whole... Well, not a whole bunch, but a number of balancing things. Like this Setsune Dark Shift version has less defense than it did. But hey, that's just little minor balancing stuff that people will find out.
Would you recommend hard mode?
Right now, it's not... Let me say, it's not too different. Especially once I remember to actually equip my gear. You definitely have to have gear. I wouldn't recommend it like, hey, your very first playthrough when you started a brand new game to go jumping straight into Master, because you don't have the gear. As can be seen here, I'm dealing with them, but only after I put all that gear on.
So it's a new game plus recommendation.
Yeah. And it, to be fair, it did in the game itself say recommended for New Game Plus. So that does make sense, doesn't it?
Yes. And casual mode. What's different about casual?
Well, it's kind of the same, but in the other direction. So wild monsters, they have less health, they do less damage, and in Keeper encounters, their monsters' gear is decreased by 1 instead of increased.
And what's Keeper encounters?
It's basically Pokemon trainer battles where you'll go up against another trainer, and you'll have to defeat all 6 of the other trainers' monsters instead of just the 3 out in the field, which can make them really challenging sometimes, especially when they get a good synergy one. Like right near the end, there's one which I really struggled with, because his initial 3 monsters, they just build so much shielding and so fast that you have to hit them really hard, or you just get stuck. They slowly weigh you down.
And will Rupert be amongst them?
And what was that?
Will Rupert be amongst them?
No, because he'll
In
be
fact-
with us.
Where's Rupert?
There.
That's not Rupert, that's Peter.
Which one was Rupert?
The dude you were talking with that you said was already named.
Did I?
Yes.
That would have been the wolf I was talking about. But I was disappointed because the toad hasn't taken his name.
No. It took its name. It just said Peter.
Did it?
Yeah, when you turned to look at him, it said Peter.
Okay, we'll check that in a moment then.
He doesn't believe me. It's okay.
Well, it's more of like, do I believe my own eyes now? Because every time I've looked at him, it said spectral toad.
Maybe it doesn't like that you named it two names.
Maybe
Maybe
it
it's-
didn't. And if so, it just means we'll have to name it just Peter.
Or magic. Just magic.
Oh, just magic.
It's confused with its life. You confused it.
There, I confused myself apparently.
You confused me.
And finish it off. Oh wait, we didn't go back and get the hover rover. See, it just says spectral toad there.
Right now you're fighting still. So yes, it says spectral toad.
Do we spectral shift it right away?
I have no clue. Now turn around and face it.
Hello. I'm facing it.
Ooh. I can't see it. Which spectral shift are you going to pick?
I don't know, because they both could be good. Like, one of them is more like, hey, I want him to be the tank, and the other one is, hey, I want him to be the healer. So which
Well,
one?
you got the Minotaur, so he should probably be the healer.
Yeah.
Now
Where's...
turn back around and then turn back around and face it. When you showed me, it had over its head.
Maybe when it's talking, in which case we'll have to progress in the story a bit. Well, actually, no, we don't have to progress in the story. I can just...
Oh no, I didn't.
I can proc him talking to us. Yeah, when he's talking, he has the name, but not in the info sheet, which seems like a bug.
I don't know.
They really should have the name there, to my knowledge. Oh yeah, right, yeah. So we will go shift stone. So light shifts. All healing skills give the healed monster a charge stack for each heal. Charge gives them a slightly increased percent on their next attack.
Why are you being followed by a bird?
Because he's the one I brought out so I could fly to some chests.
Okay.
I can... Oh, I can't have the Minotaur out yet. I can have the wolf out. Yeah, so let's shift Frog into heal charging, which will give him some slightly boosted stats to go along with it. What's the Minotaur get? So he can equip an additional accessory or shield by 30% of the damage dealt by critical hits. Oh, interesting. However, we gave him the Pale Stone, so for right now, he actually wants to just remain neutral for its bonus stats.
Why is the frog blue? Red.
Because we shifted it. It's sort of like evolution but not quite. It gives them an extra passive and extra stats, but it doesn't change their core skills or what they really look like. It just changes their coloring.
Okay.
Bubble bath. Ice on your back. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing there.
Hooray!
It is nice being able to come into New Game Plus and be like, I'm not worried about getting eggs from these encounters.
Hooray!
So yeah, hard to tell quite how hard Master made it.
What the heck did that frog just do?
Blue bubbles.
Okay.
Do you have something against a bubble bath from a frog?
No. I have a question about the beard.
The beard?
The
What beard?
person on your person.
Oh, that's a scarf.
Oh, okay.
Can we actually check the character splash art? Yay, leveled up again. No, we can't even access the monster journal yet.
Nope. You can't access anything. We've been over this.
Oh, we can access a number of things. We have more skill points to spend. So, Toad. Let's get that protector up. Oof. Let's get you... Maybe get you the attack plus for now. Minotaur, you can have an attack plus as well because you are purely attack. Archie, have your magic up. So soon have... Come on, get over to it. Evasion. Then the Mimic.
Mimic.
Increase attack and magic by 1.5% of its max health. Which is 9. But still. And then we can grab these health bonuses and they'll stack even more.
Mimic.
Mimic. Do you think these are mimics? Two chests
No.
side by side? You're right. Mimics don't actually show up till much later.
Then it is because it's hard mode.
That's very true. That would be something to catch out with, wouldn't it be? It's like, oh yeah, no, this is just a normal box. I remember what's in here. Oh wait, no, this is a fight now.
See, you're all good.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no.
Mimic.
Go on, one of these critical hit. I really should, after learning about that, spec the Minotaur into critical damage, shouldn't I?
Yep. You missed it.
What did I miss?
You missed it.
Missed what?
Doing the thingy.
Oh, yeah. Slash. I mean, it should have also been obvious from the fact it has slash, which causes bleed on critical hits.
Hmm.
They're weakening us. It's not fair. Yeah, no. We will heal the wolf, and it
We will lick.
gets 4 charges, so its next. So charge increases damage of next attack by 3%. However, weakness is causing it to do 20% less damage. So yeah, it's not quite making up for that.
I see.
Flame. They still live.
Do you?
No, they do. And they've now poisoned the Minotaur. They're not very
Okay.
friendly, are they?
Nope.
Heavy punch for the win.
Falco punch.
Falco punch. I remember that from Smash. I know it's not like where it originates from, but that's where I know it from.
It is not where it originates from.
It originates from his actual game.
Yes. 10 points to whoever can name that game.
I actually don't know the name of it.
I guess.
Like I know it. I don't know the name.
This is how I feel about that.
And how's that?
It didn't work.
Oh. Poor little wolf. Let us have a quick chance. Green.
There you go. I gave the wolf a mustache.
Better ones? Oh, there's a better one.
No. Meow meow.
Right, we are going to lose that big boost from the grey shift. So need to find something else with nice quick chance. I think that's it. Okay, so we will go and shift Minotaur to the Assault Shield. Also gives him a nice big boost to his mana regen, so we can actually probably start throwing out the level 2 skills already. Once we unlock them, that is. Oh no, he's still only got 57. He'll get there.
You'll get there eventually.
Indeed. Oops. Is this the way I wanted to go?
No.
It is now.
So is there increased level cap or just 40? Still.
Just 40. One thing I learned is once your monsters are at level 40, you're actually not penalized as much for keeping them in the party because they can effectively level up again. And when they level up, they give you a level badge 40, which lets you level up other monsters to level 40, because the normal level up badge only lets you go up to, I think it's like 2 levels below the highest, so they'd only get up to like 38.
So now all can go to 40?
Well, when we get back up to 40, yeah. But it will take some doing. Come on, show us that critical. You failed me, Minotaur. You're off the team.
You're gonna kick off the Minotaur?
No, I'm not going to do that.
It'll just eat you.
That's a possibility.
Did you bring tartar sauce?
I did not. As
It's gonna
as we covered earlier, they took all of my food items.
then it's gonna eat you.
Bash. Yeah, once we get to upgrade the equipment, that critical chance stuff should really start kicking in though. That'll be
Only
fine.
you're not to it. You're being mean to it.
What do you mean?
What I mean is what I mean.
Well, it's only got like a 40% crit chance right now. We should be getting that up into at least 60.
You don't want to know my answer to that.
Why not?
No, you don't.
Is that your grand just saying I do in the background?
Yes.
Now this is like I will make note of. The enemy, well, the wild monsters have been using debuff skills a lot more this time around.
Yeah, I do want to debuff you.
Yeah.
Gotta defeat you somehow.
Yeah, they're giving it a good try, aren't they?
Meow.
Bah. Claw should kill that. Yeah. Which is bizarre. You'd think the magical element would work better on a rock than the physical, wouldn't you? But no. There's only really one defense value. Unlike in Pokemon where it's like, hey, you have special and normal defense, and special and normal attack. We do have magical and physical attack things, but only one defense stat.
So they're all paper.
What do you mean they're all paper?
Paper be chalk.
Clever. I hadn't thought of that. Cool. I am not getting good grades in these at all.
Get your grades up, or no video games for a month.
Oh no.
No monster hunting for a month.
But if I don't hunt, how can I get my grades up?
Well, that's an conundrum you'll have to figure out now, won't you?
Yeah. So you see the map is also fully reset. Ooh. Betty Fly. Impact Ring.
Welcome to those joining us. We are playing Monster Sanctuary, but we're playing it a little differently because we have New Game Plus. Dun, 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 dun. And hard.
Yeah, hard mode. It doesn't feel that different, but the end result stat screen is showing that. Yeah, whereas in a normal new game, I'd be expecting like at least 4-star results from these matches. I'm only getting 2 stars. And
Why don't you just select new game and do hard mode and then tell me that answer?
I mean, we could do that in a bit, couldn't we? Like, see just how terrible it is to start a fully brand new game on new game.
This is why you should not press new game hard mode without new game plus and or starting new game.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea to do that, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is. Boulders.
If you guys want to see new game plus or new game with just hard mode but no new game plus, press 1.
If you want to see me suffer, press 2.
If you want both, press 3.
The Minotaur Minotaur. There is a Minotaur and a Minotaur. And I keep getting them mixed up. The Minotaur starting to get his critical hits off and building those shields in battle. Which will be really good later on for keeping the health up for bonus points in later fights. Oh, I really should have looked at swapping out the team a bit. Because, well, these two have nice skills they can use against these things. The Minotaur does not.
Mini tartar, mini tartar sauce.
Yeah.
He forgot his tartar sauce again.
Yeah.
Tartar sauce without tartar sauce is bad.
I'm not even sure what tartar sauce is. Is that bad? Oh, it just lived. Bubble. Yeah. Oh no, that was the wrong character to be built. Okay, well, that's happened now. I was just on autopilot there. Oh no, they finally broke through the Toad's shield.
Tartar sauce is used on seafood. Very late into that conversation. But tartar sauce is used on seafood.
Let's get the Toad the mana proc.
He's ignoring my educational lesson.
No, so what was it used on?
Seafood.
Seafood. Ah. What does Glory do again? Increases critical chance by... Oh, yeah, let's take Glory for that critical chance. And then you will take... Oh, look, there's a crit chance plus skill for you. Perfect. And we should probably also spend these points too. Oh, apply chill at the start of battle.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
You're a meow meow.
Thank you.
You have no clue what that means, but he's complimenting it, so okay.
Works, right?
No.
No?
What's wrong, baby? Did the mean man get with his Pokemon-like monsters?
What? Oops. Can't quite get up there. Crit ring. Right. I keep doing this. I keep not.
Where am I? Gotta catch them now.
Gotta catch them all.
You were being bad because you aren't worried about eggs.
But, I mean, it's still good to get them. Especially, if I remember reading right, the points required for the monster army are increased in this New Game Plus, however. So that does mean you'll get rewards from that slower than before.
What's a monster army?
So the monsters and the eggs that you don't want to use, you can donate at the sanctuary to their army, and when it hits certain milestones in like a point strength value, you get rewarded with sort of rare items.
So we're forming an army for violence.
Sure. Yes. Slash.
Now, does your army save in New Game Plus? Is your army already there?
We'll have to find that out when we get to the sanctuary, because I actually have no idea.
Can we eat the sanctuary?
You can eat food at the sanctuary. It's about as close as you get.
Okay.
Up. 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 Yeah, so we should be doing this. We'll be like, hey, they're weak to earth and water. Hey, Toad does both of those. Wolf does water. Whitehall does earth, actually. Our initial team was perfect. The one time I remember to do it is the time I don't need to. How violent, throwing rocks at other monsters. Do that to finish that cat circle off. I'll finish the caterpillar off. And then we will try and get that crit. Yeah, got a bleed on it. Bleed, unfortunately, unlike poison or shock and stuff like that, does wear off after every turn. Well, half the stacks do, but with the right setup, bleed is devastating. Yay, more level ups. Mana regen of 88, we can start getting level 2 skills. Where's our Steam boy? There you are. What is your weakness? You are weak to wind. Okay, so you can just do that then. You will upgrade your air sickle. You don't have wind. Grab protector. You also don't have wind. You, however, do with lightning slash. Mimic has air sickle too. So we start getting those skills up so we can see how well we do against the champion. Got a wizard's hat. Do we have access to ignite? We do. And
You need to beat the champion.
yeah, we do. So yeah.
TV or what?
Pandora's box was a unique. It was taken from us, but it is now back. I do really like Pandora's box, especially once maxed out, because it just gives you some random buffs at the start of the fight, and those buffs last until removed. That is just really nice. Yep, that's a no-go. I fell off.
The Pink Panther.
What are the Pink Panther?
That's what you were doing. That
That is true. Right, who does fire damage? The Setsune and the Mimic. I know she's not actually pronounced Setsune, I just...
Your toad does fire damage.
The what?
The toad.
No, it does water and earth.
But it looks like fire.
It does, but so does the wolf. It's because it's the spectral effect. However, we will still take the toad because the earth damage will be good.
Okay.
So we get some...
I thought you said they have 3 monsters. He only has, or 6 monsters. He has 3.
Who?
Whoever you're fighting.
No one, just wild monsters still.
Oh.
That's why there's only 3 of them.
Okay.
Ah, no, even with full charge up, it's not... Oh no, they heal. They have regen. They have lots of buffs. But it's okay. We have Cleansing Flame, which just burns some of them off. Like, finish that one off. Thank you. Toad, can you finish the bird off? He can, he did it! And he's also taken a hit for the team. Right, Toad. What's that?
I said, don't you know?
No what?
The bird is the word.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Your cleansing flame. Well, that bird wasn't the word.
All birds are the word. Hence, the bird is the word.
I mean, technically. Oh, my own slime scared me for a second there.
That sounds like a problem.
It does. I'm not used to having a slime following me.
Why is there a slime following you?
Because I had used it to activate the water orb. For treasure. For glory. For bouncing.
I see. And the slime. What is his name?
His name is Blob.
Why didn't you name him?
Because I didn't name the creatures back then. Mostly because it made it easier to tell which ones I had.
Nobody listened to him when he says back then he doesn't name anything.
Why?
I don't know. Let's take a look at your Pokemon team right now.
Okay. Yeah, my current one doesn't have any named. Yeah, fire and earth again.
Before discovery, 24 hours treat or frequent heart.
Cat, take this mud. It is a present.
Why are you giving a cat mud?
Because it said it wanted it.
You want mud? Okay.
Yeah, look, see, we're like, which of these things do you like? Oh, they say they like these fiery shots. I'll be honest, fiery shots don't sound like a good thing to be drinking. It sounds like it will probably burn your throat on the way down.
second one out here.
Hi, Mr. Wiener.
Is he being well behaved today?
Always well behaved. Don't be rude.
Well, that's good then. He's continuing his streak.
Always a well behaved dog. Good job. Oh, lap. Oh.
I think to get an idea of just how different it is, we should, after this fight, swap it over to casual for a few fights.
Okay.
See how big of a difference it makes.
You demand belly rub? Okay. Oh.
So we go here, we go options, and from master to casual.
And you can easily change the mode while in the.
Yep. Just, it took me a bit to find it first time because it's right there. It's under language. As you can see here, it says for master is intended for New Game Plus. But we. Oh, hang on. No.
We will switch back to hardcore after.
Yeah. We don't want to keep going that way because unfortunately that's the big fight and we want to try that in Master.
Go. Ow!
So we're oops. We're going to go travelling back a little bit this way. We should find a fight. Here we go.
Meow meow.
So we had just fought this group a little while ago. Let's see how different it feels. Oh, look at that! Look at that! The frog the toad itself can almost finish off the Katzerka in one go.
I see.
The wolf takes out a blob on its own. That is a massive difference, isn't it? From needing the entire team to nearly be able to one-shot each on their own.
Yes.
Tackle! And that would make it much easier to get 5 stars out in the wild, won't it?
Why are we after 5 stars out in the wild?
So the more stars you get, the better chance you have at getting rare things like eggs.
Why do we want eggs again?
Because that's how you get new monsters and how you grow the monster army to get bonus resources.
Why do I want to grow an army again?
To keep the place safe, I think is how they put it.
What's wrong, Mr. Weenie?
Yeah, I heard that.
Belly rub.
Right. Yep, we know what you said last time. Let's get to the battle. So first off, just freeze slimes to see if we know how to defect weaknesses. So air, air, and air. Let's go. Right, okay, and you, right, okay, and you, right, okay. So we're going to start with the mimic.
What are we doing with the mimic?
Throwing out air sickles.
Okay.
And then
You're on your battle now? No.
no, the champion battle is after this one. This is just the, hey, in case you didn't know, there's elemental weaknesses you should exploit.
Did you change modes back?
Yep, this is back in Master. I will check just before we go into the actual big fight.
Okay.
absolutely sure.
Let's see.
Whee! Smash, 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 smash.
Acid rain level 50.
Yep.
Why are we raining down acid?
We're not. They are.
Why are you raining down acid?
No, they are. Because they're mean like that. They want to corrode all our stuff.
Why?
Because they're mean.
Maybe because you wanted to start a war,
I did no such thing.
and yet you're supporting an army.
I mean, that is true. Right, so, options. Yeah, we are back on Master. Let's start the champion.
We are gonna show what a champion battle looks like on Master Mode.
Yeah, it's only a low level one right now, but for most people it will give an idea of just how different it can be.
And then after this, we will go ahead and call it for a day. We can surprise you with more of it tomorrow that you can look forward to seeing.
Right, so weak to air, so we'll go for the same squad we just used. Let's see, G4, 4. So we'll again start with you at the mech. Oh, I should really use Glory, get that bonus critical chance out. So let's get that Glory on now.
Glory.
We could do agility to lower the. It's like a 20% chance to dodge physical hits, and I think this guy is mostly physical, but I think we're just going to go and go on the offensive.
We're gonna go on the defensive.
No, offensive. Oh, I was just thinking, like, why isn't the poison bleed stacks going down? It's because Setsune here has a passive where bleed stacks no longer decrease.
Is that good or bad?
It's good. 'Cause, that really lets you stack up bleed damage to the point where against some of the higher level champions, I was having it cause over 4,000 points of damage a turn, which is way more than just any attack would be able to do.
Yay. Now, someone who has never played this game wanted me up. Where can they pick up?
What was that?
Someone who has never played this game wanted to play this game. Where can they pick it up?
Right, you can pick it up on Steam. Oh, which is £16. Not sure how much that is in dollars. I think it's on some consoles as well, because that's what's delaying their patch at the moment, is getting it cleared, that the patch cleared.
And it's
The Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
okay.
Oh, it's shielding itself for almost more than I can take off. That's an issue.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Right now, on sale for Nintendo, and $15 instead of $20.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not bad.
There's a whale with legs.
Yes. I could load up my other save so I can access the journal and show off some of the monsters if you like. Because there's some nice artwork for them. What ranking did I get? 3-star.
You still won though.
Yep. So it definitely was more challenging, but it was still doable. So now he's teaching us about feeding, so we can start using food again. Yeah, let's save and quit. We will continue my other game, and we can open the monster journal where you can see like we have a blue spectral wolf, the spectral toad, spectral eagle, and spectral lion. Now, as we have just discovered, you could get all 4 of those by just starting a new game plus and picking each different one. But there is a way, if you beat all monster champions in the game, you can then challenge the spectral beasts to get them in your party that way as well.
Nice.
There's a blob with a nice smile. He's so happy to be here, even if he is bullied by everybody.
Aw.
The magma pillar, who kind of looks a bit grumpy. Rocky, who kind of looks like he's a little lost and maybe on the verge of crying. Vero, who kind of has the same stance that, was it, Pidgeotto has, with the wings splayed out backwards.
Okay.
The Katzerka, who feels like it's inspired by Puss in Boots, doesn't it?
Yes.
The Yowie, who's your sort of typical Yeti. The Steam Golem, who was the first champion we fought. You can fight them as a normal monster later on. The Monk, who is, if you're starting an actual fresh game, really good. They have a lot of different elemental attacks, well, punches, which allows them to exploit weaknesses a bit better, and they have a heal. Grummy, who yeah, it's a thing. Tengu,
Hey, it worked.
the Tengu, who's like a furry mask. Well, you know the Japanese mask things, aren't they? And then there's a whole ball of fur behind it. Fungu, nice little mushroom. He's like, oh, friend. Hugs and covers you in poisonous spores. Frosty, a little spirit made of frost. In one of the keeper battles, they have a Frosty who is like specced into building their shields, and it was so annoying to deal with. There's the Minotaur with an axe as big as him. The Spectre, it's a very fragile but really good at putting debuffs on the enemy team, which can make it really good for a lot of big team matches and like 5-starring a lot of champions where like stacking poison, burn, and all that sort of stuff on them really what pays off.
Nice.
The Crackle Knight, who has a very unfortunate positioned piece of armor around the waist. I've just noticed. The Grulu. So, I mentioned that there's an evolution mechanic in it. The Grammy, with a certain item, evolves into the Grulu. You don't capture Grulus natively, if I remember right. Instead, they'll drop that item, and then you can evolve them that way. But you have to get to the Tree of Evolution to do so.
I see.
We have a Mad Eye. This also has an evolution into the End Boss.
That works.
Yeah. We have Nightwing, a little bat. Toxaquis, kind of a what are they called? Seahorses. Beetleoid, an electric little beetle. Yeah, I have got one of those. Druid Oak. Looks like an acorn in a way, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Magma Moth, which Magma Pillar can evolve into. The Mole Bear with sort of spiky.
Hey,
Yes.
we will have Pokemon later. Our Pokemon start times are between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. So don't worry, we will still have Pokemon later. We are just showing off this game, where we got permission to show off an upcoming patch for it.
Yeah. Glowfly. Then we've got Goblin Brute, Hood, Warlock, and King. These have synergy skills, which there are other monsters that have them, where it's like every goblin in your party has increased strength or whatever. And there's some others which are like, hey, if you cast this on an occult type, it will do a whole bunch of stuff. And you may notice on the right side, underneath their names, they have like, oh, this is a Goblin Warrior. That's not actually a Goblin Warrior, it's a Goblin type and it's a Warrior type. So if there's a skill that says it boosts Warriors, it will also boost the Goblin King. We have the Radgar. This is one of the special resistance creatures where their resistance changes based on what attack they've used. So whatever they use to attack, they'll be strong against, but whatever is its opposite, they'll be weak against. You have an Ice Blob. Looks just as happy to be here as the normal blob. The Karaglow. Oh, we've got a strange lizard thing here. The Megator, there he is. He discards the axe as it gets beefy. We've got a little Mogwai, Crystal Snail. There's the whale with legs. It is also a champion which I have not managed to 5-star, so I have not got it in my team, unfortunately.
One day.
One day, yeah. We've got a little praying mantis, a dragon lizard that can evolve into a bigger dragon lizard, a two-headed snake, Blastoise, a turtle, an elephant, a lizard warrior, a unicorn, another knight who evolves from the first knight we saw, a koi, a tanuki, a fox spirit, a dodo, a pterodactyl, a crab, a bullyfish, a pufferfish, something fish, a big bird, a jellyfish, an eye with a tail, a goblin miner, a salamander, a lava blob, another glowy fling, a dragon, bigger dragon, for 6-armed, six arms actually, 6-armed warrior, a scorch. If I remember right, there's like 6 or so which were community made, which I think this is one of them. Solby, who's like a owl. That's just a machine. That's a furnace. That's a little machine bug. There's the Mimic. Goblin Pilot. There is Targoat, who's another community-made one, if I remember right. And here you can see where I start not being able to find all of them, just because I miss some. That guy's a pain. When you first meet him, he drops you into a pit.
Well, he sounds polite.
He does. But there. A quick look at the end boss.
It's you.
But that is just a quick overlook, and that is where we will be leaving it for now.
Thank you everyone who is watching and excited to see what is upcoming for this game. We will be returning tomorrow with some more sneak peeks at the New Game Plus and hard mode. We might even also throw in a special sneak peek if you can see what we.
Yeah. But as for today we should be back later on with some Pokemon, shouldn't we?
Yes, so we will be back between 30 and 3 o'clock Eastern Time with Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul. And then tonight we will be around for Dragon. We'll finally be returning to Dragon Age.
Yeah.
We played that. Yeah, everyone. And you all have a nice day. We'll see you soon.